This is a surprise live. I'm here at the Herd and Grace kitchen with my good friend, Chef Michael.
Hello.
And he's so talented and so knowledgeable. And because it's November, I have a new box with Herd and Grace. And I wanted to do this one for Bruce's birthday because today is Bruce's birthday, November 8th.
Happy birthday.
So what could be better for a meat lover than the amazing tomahawk steak? So
yeah. These are pretty amazing.
So I wanted Chef Michael to make sure that I make this in the exact correct way because it's such a special piece of meat and it is quite expensive. So you don't want to screw this up. So will you tell me all about this meat and then you're going to show me how to cook it. I'm going to make it for Bruce on Sunday for his birthday dinner with the family.
You got it. No, I'm excited. So, this to me is one of those pristine, like kind of celebratory steaks, right?
Very celebratory.
It's a big steak, right? It's going to feed a lot of people, and it's fun to cook. It's fun to present. This is, it's a black opal Wagyu tomahawk. These things are over 2 pounds by the time they're done cooking still. You feed 2 to 3 people per bone, if not more.
Okay.
Per steak, 2 to 3 people. We're gonna pop this open. I'm gonna show you how to get it going, and how we're gonna serve it and slice it. And these things are they're fun because large format to me, you get to concentrate a lot of flavor. And it's just one of those things that presents so well.
Presentation-wise, like for anyone who's like an incredible meat lover, it is a very masculine steak, but listen, I know a lot of women, including me, who think this is just as sexy. So I'm not going to say it's a manly steak. It's just a meat lover steak. So, all right, let's make this.
Yeah. So with these tomahawks, so they come to you frozen, right? Okay. So we sell them at Herd and Grace. They are going to be frozen. And what you do is you want to put this in the refrigerator.
By Herd and Grace, he means CarolineHG.com.
Yes.
Which is where you're going to find it. Because if you buy it through CarolineHG.com, you're going to get the free shipping, and we know you want that. And you also did a special price on these.
We did.
For me, which I appreciate, for my customers.
So this is right out of the package. So you're going to see a lot of plastic on this. Wow. This is a cryovac. So this is the steak itself. It's really large. Let me get our stuff out of the way. So this is the whole steak right here. The single bone tomahawk, really beautiful marbling. This comes from the ribeye. So ribeye, tomahawk, cowboy cut, those are all coming from the same muscle. And this is the full rib bone is what you have here. So to get it started, just gonna give it a little bit of olive oil, just kind of coat that. And then what I wanna do, there you go, salt it up. Okay. Get really liberal salting. Yeah, so you really want to cover that.
Do not skimp on the seasoning, guys.
So there's so many different ways that you can cook large format. You can do what we call 2-stage. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful all the way around. Yeah. So you can smoke it and then sear it. You can do high heat and then low heat. Think about how you do like Christmas rib roast, right? Same idea. You'll hear reverse sear. You'll hear two-stage searing. What we're gonna do here today, that's beautiful. Yeah. This is a really beautiful steak.
We will be doing a Christmas roast too. Just you wait.
Yeah. Beautiful marbling. So, and then we're just going to go ahead. We're doing a pan sear on this or a flat top sear. You can do this on your grill. You can do it high heat, grill it, and then move it to low heat.
You can't put this in a pan.
Exactly. So, you can also, right in there, flat side down. There you go.
It's the best.
It's the best. Let it chill for a couple minutes. Like, we're literally going to let this sit for a few minutes here because we want it to create a nice little crust. What we're doing, you've probably heard it, right? You sear it and then throw it in the oven. Traditionally, growing up, I would sear it really hard and then throw it in the oven at a high heat. What I don't like about that is it creates a bullseye effect. And what happens is you get well done, mid-well, medium. So what we're going to do here, is we're actually going to sear this real quick all the way around. And then we're going to put it in a low heat oven. So we're going to put it on 250 degrees. So it's kind of like baking a cake, right? So you bake a cake at low temperature, right? 325, right? So the whole thing cooks to your desired temperature and it's consistent all the way through.
So on the searing, about 3 minutes per side?
Yeah.
2 to 3 minutes?
Just get a nice crust on it. We're not trying to cook it. So it's important that your pan is preheated and super hot,
or else you're not going to get that nice sear.
And some of them are a little bit larger, some of them may be a little bit thinner. So if you have a pan, that's fine. You can do this on your grill too.
The searing part of it?
Exactly. Okay. So you can go out to your grill, super high heat, get some grill marks, get some quick char, and then bring it into the house also. So we just keep on moving that guy around. I want to make sure it has good contact to it. You can already see we're starting to caramelize really nice in there. So we're just going to keep that going.
Okay, tell me about this. Tell me about the Black Opal brand and where is the meat source, and tell me about all the good things.
So Black Opal it's an F1 program, which is really unique for Wagyu. So it's a crossbreed. So it's the best of both worlds. It's stock Angus and Wagyu, which I really like because what that does is that gives you really nice flavor profile and that rich nuance that you traditionally get from Wagyu. But it's not as expensive as Wagyu, which is really nice. So you get luxury without breaking the bank, which I really like.
That is Bruce Summers' motto. He loves discount luxury.
Yeah, that's the way
we
to go.
decided when we were traveling this summer, we realized even when we spring for like the highest end, no, we like getting a good deal on something that's really high end. And this is the Wagyu.
That is the Wagyu. I could not agree more. So beautiful.
Oh, wow, that's gorgeous.
So we're just creating that nice little crust. You can kind of see that happening there. So, and I always like to move it around a little bit because what happens is sometimes when you're searing something, it'll stick and then you get dry spots. Okay. So I'm a big fan of moving it around a little bit so you're continuously making contact with all the parts of the meat to the pan or the grill.
So do you ever use like a press on top of that?
You can use a press. So this one's cut really evenly, which I really like. This is pretty consistent for how they are cut. If a piece of meat does have a little bit of misshapen to it, putting a weight on top is a great idea. Okay. Quite frankly, I use that on smaller steaks that don't have a bone in. Okay. So the bone kind of helps keep the structure a little bit. Where when it's boneless, then it kind of contorts a little bit.
So you guys, these steaks, again, this is going to feed 2 to 3 people. Easily. Each one is usually $140.
Each one is about $140 each normally.
That's the normal price. Yep. But when you get it in my box for November, you're going to get 2 for $215. So it's 25% off. Yep. And then they're including that amazing shipping and handling, which is that gorgeous box with all of the dry ice in there. So is it dry ice or just ice?
It's actually compostable gel packs.
Wow.
So we've even improved.
They're all about sustainability here. They're all about clean, the highest quality protein. I'm thrilled to be a part of this program. I love great food, and this is, obviously it is very expensive. This is going to be Bruce's birthday dinner. There will be 6 of us, so I have 2. So I'm going to be cooking it without Chef Michael on Sunday with all of the great sides. I've got sauteed mushrooms. We're going to make the crusty potatoes that Bruce loves. All the great sides. Sauce.
And you know what's cool about this, right? So you think about, sorry, turn the fan on just a little bit. So what's cool about these large formats is that, when you're having a dinner party, right? One of the things that I like to do is concentrate flavor, less time in the kitchen, right? So the way I can do that is large format. So this fits the bill, right? You're going to serve 2 to 3 people. So instead of having to cook separate steaks for everybody in a normal dinner party.
I've done it. The individual filet mignon times 12 people. It's like I want everyone's steak to be perfect, but I have.
It's not that fun. It's not that fun as a cook.
You're divided.
Different temperatures, right? So I've seared it now. You can even see beautiful crust there. So we don't want to rush this process. We're really just kind of creating flavor profile.
And you have to get the edges. You have to render the fat off the edge.
Absolutely. So really just kind of letting that go. You can always, you can use different seasonings. So steak seasonings are really nice. Any kind of like garlic in there. A lot of people, so garlic does tend to burn. Pepper tends to burn. I'm pretty traditional. I like to do just salt, really liberal salt, like what we did. And what that does is it allows you to kind of control the flavor profiles that you're creating. And you can add seasoning. You'll see when we pull it out that you can add herbs, you can add garlic and things like that. So you can create your own flavor profile. Compound butters. Oh yeah. But this has got so much flavor.
Reduction. We've got so many options.
Yeah. This thing's got so much natural flavor. It's absolutely amazing. Look at this.
I'm so excited about this.
This is fun to cook.
I didn't know, when I decided to Bruce and I have dinner plans tonight. We've got shopping plans tomorrow, and I'm having his actual birthday dinner with family on Sunday. So when I was going through my schedule with him for today, I said, okay, well, I've got a presentation in the morning, and then I'm going to Herd and Grace to do the tomahawks for your birthday. And he was like, oh, I cleared my day. So
there you go.
Wait, did you want your lunch too? I'm sorry. No, it's fine. You know,
we can bring this home for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've seared this all the way, Caroline, which is really nice. Beautiful crust all the way around, right? So this at this part is done. So all I'm doing now is I'm going right to the tray here, where I'm gonna. So if you notice, this is on a wire rack. That's a really important part of this because you want airflow, right? So what happens in the oven, even at a low temperature, if you are connected or making contact with the pan, that's a conductor. Right, so it's actually going to continue. Exactly, it's going to cook unevenly is what's going to happen, right? So this allows airflow to happen. So putting this in the oven like this on a rack, and if you don't have a rack, you can take foil, and I crimp foil into a straight line, and then turn it
Everyone's
into
got
around.
You got something.
You got something. Yeah, everyone's got something. So there's ways to manipulate that. Is my point, and you want airflow, so that way it bakes and cooks evenly. Okay. And at this point, you can add garlic, you can add herbs, you can add whatever you want. You want to put stuff in the tray, you can add flavor profiles to it. But the biggest thing is, at this point now, it's going to go right into the oven.
Okay.
So we're now going right into the oven with this. 250 degrees. A cut like this does take about an hour. So you do want to make time for this.
Oh, that is such an easy company.
Yeah.
Meal.
So,
I love
so you
that.
want to make sure you have time for this, right? It's going to take you, 5-10 minutes, about 10 minutes or so to sear the whole thing, like it just did us, and then into the oven for about an hour.
And how long does she rest?
So at this point, you don't need to rest it. This is
when
going to go
it
in the
comes
oven.
out.
So that's the beauty of it. It only needs to rest for about 5 minutes because
Okay,
it's not
so
cooking that long.
I'm loving this for company because I can get all of this searing and in the oven, and it leaves me just enough time to have a really nice cocktail hour and enjoy my guests during the cocktail hour. I can put together a first course if I'm doing a salad or a soup first course, and I'm not worried about, but I also have to be in the kitchen prepping that entree part of it.
That's because it's cooking at such a low temperature. Now you can always rest it, obviously, a lot longer.
Yes.
But you don't need to rest it long because it's not cooking aggressively.
How long can I rest it and still have it be warm for?
Probably about 30 minutes. At least.
All right,
about 30
I like
minutes.
the leeway.
Yeah.
5 to 30 minutes
And the
for
beauty
this to
of
rest.
it is that there's not a lot of carryover cooking. So when you cook something aggressively, like at 450 degrees, you have that 5 to maybe 10 degree difference that it goes up. This doesn't happen because it's only going to go up about 3 to 5 degrees because it's cooking at such a low temperature.
Okay. And so the internal temperature that we're going for medium rare.
Medium rare, I'd like to see it about 125 to 130.
So we're pulling it 125.
Yeah. So this one, obviously, we set this up. We cook this one to about 130 degrees.
And this has been resting
This
for
has been
about 30 minutes.
Yeah, this was resting. So you're going to start to see it's going to come down in temperature.
Okay.
And I like to temp it in a couple different spots. So if you see right here, I'm going to go in towards the center. And then this guy, the probe is right about here. I just added some garlic on here, right? Added some herbs.
It's so rustic, Chef Michael.
Yeah, it's
Look
beautiful.
how rustic you are.
So there we go. So this guy here, again, bone is going along this way here. Temperature goes in this way, right? And then you want to make sure, you can always kind of feel it too. I really feel like, exactly. There you go, Chef, you know it.
Show me, teach everyone the medium rare.
So medium rare. Well, go ahead.
Okay, no, teach.
So I go this way. So this is going to be my rare, right? And then as I bring my finger in, it's going to be mid rare into medium and then well.
Okay.
But I also
it takes a long time to be able to press a steak
Yeah.
and know the temperature. It can take people years. If you when you work in a kitchen and every day you're tested on that,
Sure.
you start to get a feel for it. But
Yeah. So we cooked this to 130 and it's been resting, so it's going to come down in temperature from that. We're going to go ahead and move it onto the board. So at this point, right, we can really identify the muscle itself. So this is what we would call the butter end. This is the center of the eye and obviously the bone. So the bone comes all the way up like this, right? So what we want to do is we want to actually take it and we want to cut down the bone. So we want to follow that bone. Take it right off the bone like that. Okay? So right off the bone. I know you saw the temperature. It's like 140. You're like, oh. So off the bone. This is my kid's favorite part, honestly.
That's the
I don't give this to the dog.
Birthday boy's getting that one.
So, but slicing it, right? So you don't go about this like a normal steak because it's so big, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to kind of separate it a little bit. So I usually take the butter end off right here, right? And then what I do here is...
So the butter end is like the fat cow.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's the area right here. on the steak itself.
Okay, so on some of these they're trimmed.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that part is not included.
Yeah.
But
So this is like when you're
why
getting
would
prime
you want
rib.
to trim that off?
Yeah. So you can see that fat is all the flavor. That stuff is absolutely flavorful right there. So now, depending on how you want to serve, if you want to serve a whole slab or a whole piece of a single steak, you can actually cut right in half like that. If you want to cut slices of it, right? So this is still the bone side, this is the tail end, this is the center eye. We can just start going right down.
That is gorgeous.
This is so well rested that you're going to see it's the full temperature from edge to edge. You can really see right here is where
Wow,
our
that's
sear
a beautiful
happened,
cut,
right?
yeah.
So this is so well rested that you don't see the drastic difference along the edge because we rested it so well. All the way down, yeah, this is like prime rib, essentially.
Wow.
Just slice this whole thing all the way
You
down.
set the bar high.
All the way down. Yeah, absolutely.
You have set the bar high. Look at this.
There you go, chef.
Here we go.
Cheers. It's pretty tender. It's pretty beautiful.
That's incredible.
And you can see
That is incredible.
so well
Wow.
rested, right? Not a lot of moisture going out. You can see the tissue structure still really intact. Now, I think it's really important just to acknowledge that slicing it like this is going to be the best way to slice it, because if you slice it in opposite direction, you're kind of going with the tissue fibers. When you slice stuff out, you want to cut it against the grain to shorten the tissue fibers.
It's literally just salt, and it is so
It's all we done.
tasty.
We did exactly what we just showed you. We seasoned it, seared it into the oven.
Okay.
Depending on your oven, it could take a little bit longer, right?
Okay. But I've got my basic
yeah,
reference point. So
thermometer all the time.
Yes, I'm gonna make 2 of these on Sunday. You can follow me on my stories. I'm also going to make all the sides that Bruce loves, and we're gonna have a really great birthday celebration steakhouse meal with literally the best meat I could find. And you guys know, for me, that's at Herd and Grace. So you can go to my microsite, which is carolinehg.com. The October box is now live. You can always build your own box if there are other things that you like, or if you only need 1 tomahawk, or you want to try some of that beautiful Iberico pork, or you need some great ground beef, or whatever it is. They have so many great products. Yeah, but anything you buy there at over $150, you'll get the included free shipping and that sustainable box. And this, they've discounted an extra 25%. So you get 2. That's
Happy birthday, Bruce.
Thanks for joining us, you guys.
See you later.